China laughed when they first saw the Philippines building new ships. Many Chinese officials and engineers joked that the Filipino Navy would never improve. They believed the Philippines did not have the technology, the money, or the skill to build serious vessels, but they had no idea what was coming next. In the Philippines, a small group of shipbuilders and engineers ignored the insults. They worked quietly in the docks, planning something no one expected. They believed the Philippines could rise from old fishing boats to modern patrol ships. Their confidence shocked everyone around them. The first ship they created looked simple, but it was strong. It was not made to impress anyone. It was made to survive the waves, protect fishermen, and stand firm in the West Philippine Sea. This was only the beginning. When the Chinese media saw photos of the early design, they laughed again. Commentators called it weak and amateur work, but the Filipino engineers stayed focused. They were not building to prove China wrong. They were building to protect their homeland. Then something changed. A new blueprint was approved. It included better hull design, modern navigation systems, and improved engines. The shipbuilders worked day and night. For the first time, the Philippines was creating something close to military-grade power. When the first upgraded ship was tested, the crew pushed it into rough waters. Waves crashed against the bow, but the ship kept moving with confidence. The engineers knew at that moment the Philippines was leveling up. News broke across Southeast Asia. Analysts started asking questions. Is the Philippines actually developing a real fleet? China heard the rumors, but no one took them seriously. They thought it was just talk. Then the Philippines unveiled a second ship. This one was bigger, faster, and better equipped. Photos of it spread online, and suddenly the laughter from China got quieter. Something about the new design made them uneasy. Filipino sailors trained hard. They practiced maneuvering, defense operations, and rescue missions. This was not just shipbuilding anymore. This was preparation. Something was coming. For the first time, foreign observers admitted the truth. The Philippines was no longer using outdated equipment. It was building a navy with purpose and direction. China started paying attention. Satellite images revealed a dry dock with another ship in development. This one looked different. Armored plating, communication towers, and radar systems. That image changed everything. Chinese analysts released public statements saying the Philippine upgrade was not a threat. But behind closed doors, their tone was different. They were no longer laughing. They were watching. In the South China Sea, tensions grew. Filipino ships sailed closer to disputed waters. They were not aggressive, but they were present. They were visible, and they were stronger than before. One day, a Chinese Coast Guard vessel approached a Filipino patrol ship. They expected to intimidate it like before, but the new Philippine ship did not back away. It held its course, calm, silent, unshaken. For the first time, the Chinese side hesitated. They did not expect resistance. They did not expect confidence. It was a moment that shifted the balance, even just slightly. International media picked up the story. Headlines appeared around the world. Philippines stands firm. People began to see the Philippines not as a small nation, but as a rising one. Behind the scenes, Filipino engineers were already working on a new prototype. This one had defensive systems that could detect approaching threats. This one was built to protect the West Philippine Sea. China tried again to mock the development publicly, but the jokes no longer landed. Their audience was starting to see the reality. The Philippines was not weak. It was evolving. The upgraded ships sailed in formation for the first time. A fleet, not large, but real. A symbol, a message. The world took notice. Philippine fishermen, once afraid to sail near disputed waters, felt safer with patrol ships behind them. Their confidence returned. It was more than military progress. It was hope. China watched these changes and realized something dangerous. They did not laugh because the ships were funny. They laughed because they never thought the Philippines would fight back. Now they were forced to rethink everything. Experts called it the Philippine Naval Awakening, a shift in power. A small nation proving that determination can be stronger than intimidation. The engineers who were mocked became heroes. Their blueprints became success stories. Their ships became symbols of national pride. And China was no longer amused. The moment China stopped laughing was the moment they understood the truth. The Philippines was not waiting to be rescued. It was building its future with its own hands. This is only the beginning. The Philippines entered the South China Sea with new ships, new strength, and a new voice. The laughter from China faded, and a new chapter began. The world will be watching what happens next.